Hey everyone, welcome to Watch the Stories. Here we bring you the most emotional, dramatic, and unforgettable tales from every corner of life. So sit back, relax, and get ready to feel every emotion. Because this is where stories come alive. It bears repeating. I gesture at the contract. You're offering me $5 million to play house for a year. I'm offering you $5 million, control of your narrative, and the complete ruination of Derek Harrison's peace of mind. He sits across from me, close enough that I can smell his cologne, something woody and dark. Plus, I'm saving your father's company. The acquisition goes through next week, but only if I can prove to the board that I'm settled, married to someone respectable. They're old-fashioned that way, so I'm a business acquisition. You're a solution to a problem. His eyes meet mine, unflinching, just like I'm a solution to yours. The honesty shouldn't be attractive. It is anyway. Why not just hire an actress? Because the press would sniff that out in a week. They're already speculating about my personal life, looking for weaknesses. He leans forward, elbows on his knees, and the movement brings him closer. You, though, you're perfect. Recently humiliated, sympathetic, and most importantly, real. The story writes itself. Billionaire saves jilted bride, spontaneous wedding, whirlwind romance. By the time anyone questions it, we'll be 6 months in and unshakable. You've thought of everything. I always do. The confidence should be arrogant. Instead, it's magnetic. This is a man who moves through the world like he owns it, and maybe he does. Certainly he seems to think he can own me for a year. The thought should repulse me. It doesn't. I have conditions, I hear myself say. Interest flickers across his face. Name them. First, I want control over how my father's company is restructured. He built that business. I won't let you gut it for parts. Agreed. I have no interest in destroying it. There's more profit in restoration. Second, separate bedrooms like the contract says. And I mean separate. I swallow hard. I just left my fiancé at the altar. I can't. I'm not ready for anything physical. Something softens in his expression so briefly I almost miss it. I'm not interested in forcing anything, Ava. When I want a woman in my bed, she's there because she wants to be. The way he says when and not if sends heat curling through my stomach. I ignore it. Third, when this is over, I walk away clean. No scandal, no tabloid exposure, no bitter divorce narrative. I get my money, my dignity, and my privacy. Done. He stands, offering his hand. Anything else? I should think of something. More clauses, more protections, more distance. Instead, I stand too. And we're suddenly close enough that I can see the silver threaded through the dark hair at his temples. The small scar above his left eyebrow, the way his pupils dilate slightly as I look up at him. Just one more thing, I whisper. What? Promise me you won't make me regret this. For a long moment he doesn't answer, just studies my face like he's memorizing it, cataloging every detail. Then his hand comes up and I think he's going to touch me, but he just tucks a strand of hair behind my ear, his fingers barely grazing my skin. I promise, he says quietly, that whatever happens, you'll be stronger when this is over. It's not the reassurance I wanted, but maybe it's the one I need. Okay. I reach for the pen on the table. Where do I sign? He shows me. Page 18, page 25, page 30. My hand is steady as I write my name over and over, binding myself to this stranger for the next 12 months. When I'm done, Ethan picks up the contract, and for the first time since I met him, he smiles. It transforms his face, makes him look younger, almost boyish. Welcome to the marriage, Mrs. Lawson, Mrs. Lawson, not Mrs. Harrison. The name sounds foreign, like trying on someone else's skin. When? I ask, when what? When do we get married? How does this work? Vegas, tomorrow morning. Private ceremony. Photographer for proof, then we release the statement Monday. He's already pulling out his phone, typing rapid fire.
Pack light.
We'll be back by evening. Tomorrow. My voice cracks. That's Ethan, I can't. Yes, you can. He looks up and the intensity is back, pinning me in place. Because in 24 hours, when Derek Harrison turns on his phone, I want him to see that you've already moved on. That you're married to someone who makes him look like a child playing dress-up. That's what you want, isn't it? For him to know he made the biggest mistake of his life? Yes, God, yes.
I want him to choke on it. Fine, I breathe.
Vegas tomorrow, Ethan nods, satisfied. My assistant will send over everything you need. For tonight, you'll stay here. Guest room is made up. I should go home, pack. Ava. He steps closer, close enough that I have to tilt my head back to maintain eye contact. There are going to be photographers outside your apartment. Reporters. People who want a piece of your humiliation. You're not going back there tonight. You're staying here where it's safe. The word safe does something strange to my chest. When was the last time I felt safe? Not this morning, certainly. Not for months, maybe, if I'm honest. There were signs, weren't there? Late nights Derek claimed were work. Melissa's sudden distance. The way he'd pull away when I reached for him, I was so stupid. Hey. Ethan's voice is gentler now. His hand finds my chin, tilting my face up. Whatever you're thinking, stop. You're not stupid. You're not gullible. You trusted people you loved, and they betrayed that trust. That's on them, not you. You don't know what I was thinking. Yes, I do. His thumb brushes across my jaw, and I realize I'm trembling. I've been where you are. Different circumstances, same feeling. Like you're standing in the ruins of something you built, wondering how you missed the cracks in the foundation. What happened? The question slips out before I can stop it. His hand drops. The walls go back up. That's a story for another night. Right now, you need sleep. Tomorrow's going to be a very long day, he's right. I'm exhausted, running on adrenaline and spite. But as he walks me to the guest room, which is bigger and more luxurious than any hotel I've ever stayed in, I can't shake the feeling that I've just signed away more than a year of my life. I've signed away my heart's ability to trust. Good night, Ava, Ethan says from the doorway. Good night, husband. The word hangs between us. Strange and new and terrifying. When he closes the door, I finally let myself cry. Not for Derek, not even for Melissa, but for the woman I was this morning who believed in love and happy endings and the goodness of people. She died at that altar. Tomorrow, someone new gets to rise from the ashes. Someone who knows that love is just another contract. And the only person you can trust is yourself. I fall asleep in a stranger's guest room in a stranger's robe, wearing a stranger's ring because yes, there was a ring. A stunning emerald-cut diamond that appeared on the table next to the contract. Big enough to make a statement and expensive enough to back it up. And I dream of dark eyes and dangerous promises and the way Ethan's hand felt against my skin. Steady, warm, and infinitely more tempting than it should be. The chapel in Vegas is nothing like the church I left yesterday. It's small, intimate, decorated with silk flowers and fairy lights that probably looked romantic in the brochure but in person just looked cheap. There's an Elvis impersonator serving as our witness because of course there isn't a photographer Ethan hired who's trying very hard to pretend this is a normal wedding and not some kind of elaborate business transaction. I'm wearing cream, not white. I couldn't stomach white again. But a simple silk slip dress that skims my body and makes me feel like I'm cosplaying as a femme fatale from an old film. My hair is down, loose waves that Ethan's assistant styled this morning while I stared at myself in the mirror and wondered who the hell I was becoming. Ethan is in a charcoal suit, no tee, the top button of his shirt undone. He looks like sin and money and promises he might actually keep. You ready? He asks as we stand outside the chapel door. No. Good answer. He takes my hand. His palm is warm, calloused in unexpected places. Honesty is important in a marriage. This isn't a real marriage. Not yet. His smile is sharp, but it will look real enough. That's what matters. The ceremony takes 7 minutes. I know because I count every second, trying to ground myself in something concrete while Elvis, as efficient, declares us husband and wife. Ethan's hand stays in mine the entire time, his thumb tracing absent circles on my skin that might be meant to comfort, but instead feel like electricity. You may kiss your bride, Elvis announces with a wink that makes me want to laugh and cry simultaneously. Ethan turns to me. For the first time since we met, I see hesitation in his eyes. May I? The question undoes something in me. After Derek, who took everything he wanted and left me with nothing, here's this strange, dangerous man asking permission to kiss me in front of a photographer who's being paid to capture proof of our sham marriage. Yes, I whisper. His hand comes up to cup my face, fingers sliding into my hair. He gives me a moment, one breath too, to change my mind. Then he kisses me. It's soft, careful. Nothing like the claiming I expected. His lips are warm against mine, tasting like coffee and something sweeter. The kiss lasts maybe 5 seconds, but those 5 seconds rewrite something fundamental in my understanding of touch. Because Derek's kisses were always about possession, taking, proving something. This feels like a question, a conversation, a promise wrapped in silk. When Ethan pulls back, his eyes are darker. His thumb brushes my cheekbone once, twice, and I realize I've leaned into him, my hands fisted in his jacket. Perfect, the photographer calls out. That was perfect. Ethan doesn't look away from me. Yes, he says quietly. It was. The moment breaks when Elvis asks if we want the souvenir photos. We don't, we signed the license, my hand shakes. His doesn't. And then we're walking back out into the Vegas heat, legally married, bound by law and contract, and that kiss that's still tingling on my lips. The flight home is quiet. We're in his private jet because of course he has a private jet. I curl up in one of the leather seats and try not to think about how 12 hours ago I was supposed to be on my honeymoon with Derek. Probably fighting about something stupid. Definitely not feeling this strange pull toward the man sitting across from me, working on his laptop like he didn't just upend both our lives. You should eat something, Ethan says without looking up. I'm not hungry, Ava. Now he does look up, and there's something almost caring in his expression. When's the last time you ate? I try to remember, fail. Yesterday morning. Maybe. He curses softly, closes his laptop and moves to the seat beside me. From somewhere he produces a plate of fruit and cheese and crackers, things that won't upset an empty stomach. Eat, that's not a request. Bossy. Yes. He holds out a strawberry. When I don't take it, he brings it to my lips. Open. The intimacy of it steals my breath. This wasn't in the contract, but I open my mouth anyway. Let him feed me the strawberry, trying to ignore the way his eyes track the movement of my lips. Good girl, he murmurs, and heat floods through me. I eat because he's right, I need food, but also because there's something intoxicating about letting him take care of me like this. In this small way, he feeds me piece by piece, his attention absolute, and I let myself pretend for just a moment that this is real, that I'm flying home with a man who loves me, who chose me, who wouldn't dream of leaving me at the altar for someone else. The fantasy lasts until we land and reality crashes back in. The story goes live in an hour, Ethan says as his driver navigates through the city. I need you to be prepared. Your phone is going to explode. Derek will see it, Melissa, your parents, everyone. I know. And you're sure you want to do this? Once it's out, we can't take it back. I think about Derek's face yesterday, Melissa's hand in his, the whispers of 300 guests. I'm sure. He studies me for a long moment, then nods. All right, then let's make sure they never forget what they lost. We're back at his penthouse when the article drops. I watch it happen in real time, my phone lighting up with notifications, texts, calls. My mother sobbing into voicemail. Rachel sending 17 texts that range from what the fuck to are you safe? To holy shit, Ava, he's gorgeous, and then, Derek, we need to talk. This is crazy. You don't even know him. Ava, please. I show the text to Ethan. He's leaning against the kitchen counter watching me with that unreadable expression. Want me to block him? No. I type back carefully. You lost the right to talk to me the moment you kissed her. Lose my number. Derek's response is immediate. I made a mistake. I love you. Please don't do this. The laugh that escapes me is sharp enough to cut. Now he loves me. Now when I'm married to someone else, he doesn't love you. Ethan's voice is hard. He loves the idea of winning, of being the one who got away with it. You're ruining his narrative. Good. I block Derek's number with a vicious satisfaction. Let him choke on it. Ethan's smile is proud, predatory. That's my girl. My girl. The words settle somewhere dangerous in my chest. The rest of the evening passes in a blur. More calls I don't answer. More texts I delete. Ethan orders dinner. Thai food that's too spicy and perfect, and we eat on his couch while he walks me through what comes next. Public appearances, interviews, a photo shoot for Vogue that will cement the narrative. You'll need to move in officially, he says, pouring more wine. Tomorrow. I'll have movers handle everything. That fast? We're married, Ava. Married people live together. He hands me the glass and our fingers brush. Besides, the press will be camped outside your apartment. Here, you're safe. That word again, safe. It's becoming a drug. Okay, I agree. Tomorrow. We drink in comfortable silence, and I'm struck by how easy this is. How natural it feels to be here with him, in this space that's slowly starting to feel less foreign. Maybe that's dangerous. Maybe I should keep my distance, but when Ethan's hand covers mine on the couch, casual, comfortable, I don't pull away. Thank you, I say quietly. For what? For not being him. For asking permission, for... I gesture vaguely at everything. His hand tightens on mine. Ava, look at me, I do. His eyes are serious, intense in the way that makes my stomach flip. I know this isn't what you wanted. I know I'm not who you would have chosen if circumstances were different. But I promise you I will never humiliate you. I will never make you feel small. And I will sure as hell never kiss another woman while you're wearing my ring. The conviction in his voice cracks something open in my chest. Before I can think better of it, I lean forward and kiss him. Not for cameras. Not for appearances. Just because I want to. He makes a surprised sound. Low, rough. Then his hand comes up to cradle my face and he's kissing me back. Deeper this time. Hungrier. His tongue traces my bottom lip and I open for him, let him in. Let him taste the wine and strawberries and need that I've been swallowing down since yesterday. It's Ethan who pulls back first, breathing hard. His forehead rests against mine. Ava, don't. I don't want to hear why this is a mistake. Don't want the reminder that this is fake. Temporary, a business arrangement. Just don't. I was going to say, he continues, voice rough, that your bedroom is down the hall if you want space. But if you want to stay here... His thumb brushes my jaw. Stay, it's not a proposition. Not really, just an offer of presence, company, the comfort of not being alone. I'll stay, I whisper. We don't kiss again, but we don't move apart either. I end up curled into his side, his arm around my shoulders, while some movie plays on the screen that neither of us watch. And when I eventually fall asleep, my last thought is that his heartbeat sounds like coming home, which is terrifying. Because I'm not supposed to fall for him. This is a contract, a performance, a means to an end. But somewhere between Vegas and Thai food and the way he looks at me like I'm someone worth keeping, the lines started to blur, and I don't know how to draw them back. The Altar of Broken Promises, Part 4, The Gala. Where everything changes. 3 months into our marriage, Ethan takes me to a charity gala where Derek is one of the guests. I find out the morning of, when I'm getting dressed in a gown that costs more than my first car, midnight blue silk that clings like water. Ethan appears in my doorway, stunning in his tuxedo, and his eyes go dark when he sees me. You look incredible. Derek Harrison is on the guest list, I say. I know. He crosses the room, his hand settling on my waist. I thought you'd want to show him what he gave up. But if you're not ready, we leave right now. I want to go. I want him to see me with you. Something fierce flashes across his face. Then let's make sure he can't look away. The gala is at the plaza. Ethan keeps his hand on my back as we navigate the crowd, and I'm hyper-aware of every touch. Living with him has been unexpected. Coffee ready each morning, late-night conversations, his hand finding mine without thinking. The lines between fake and real have blurred so completely I don't know where one ends and the other begins. There, Ethan murmurs. By the bar. Derek is staring at us, Melissa uncomfortable beside him. Good. Dance with me, Ethan says. On the floor, he pulls me close, closer than necessary. His hand splays across my lower back, burning through the silk. He's watching, I whisper. Let him watch. Ethan's eyes lock on mine. Let him see how beautiful you are, how I get to hold you and he gets to wonder what it feels like. Ethan, I think about you every night, Ava. About how this stopped being fake for me around week 2. The world tilts. What? I can't keep pretending I don't want you. That I don't fall asleep thinking about the way you laugh and argue with me and look at me like I'm not just a means to an end. You're just saying this because Derek is here. No. His jaw tightens. I'm saying this because you deserve to know the truth. That I'm in love with you. Before I can respond, Derek appears beside us. His hand on my arm. Ava, we need to talk. Ethan goes rigid. Take your hand off my wife. Ava, please, Derek slurs. You married him to get back at me. Let's stop this charade. I step away from Ethan and face Derek fully. You think this is about you? That I rebuilt my entire life just to make you jealous? Ava, I don't think about you anymore. I'm too busy being happy with a man who actually values me, who makes me coffee and looks at me like I'm the most important person in his world. I glance back at Ethan. So no, Derek, this isn't about you. It hasn't been for a long time. I hold out my hand to Ethan. Take me home. In the car, I'm shaking. Ethan pulls me against him and I bury my face in his chest. I meant it, I say. About being happy. About not thinking about him. I know. Ethan, I'm falling for you. Maybe I already have. He kisses me. Deep and urgent and thorough. It's real, Ava, I feel it too. I'm in love with you. I love you too, I whisper. I think I have for a while. We don't make it to separate bedrooms that night. His hands in my hair. My dress on the floor. The way he looks at me like I'm home. Later, wrapped in his arms, I trace the scar above his eyebrow. Tell me your story. I was engaged once. She left me for my business partner. His arms tighten. I never let anyone close again. Until a woman in a wedding dress looked at me with fire in her eyes and made me remember what it felt like to want something more than revenge. I kiss him softly. I'm glad he left me, because if he hadn't, I never would have found you. We fall asleep tangled together, and when I wake to coffee and Ethan reading the newspaper in his glasses, I realize something fundamental has shifted. I'm not Mrs. Lawson by contract anymore. I'm Mrs. Lawson by choice. My phone buzzes. Rachel's text, so separate bedrooms didn't last long, huh? I text back, change of plans. This one's a keeper. Ethan pulls me into his lap. What's so funny? Just thinking about how my contract marriage accidentally became the real thing. Sometimes, he murmurs against my neck, you lose everything. And sometimes you find exactly what you needed. I kiss him, tasting the future we're building together. Derek Harrison can choke on his regrets. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be.